order to add recurring payroll components to your employee's profile, you will need to click on Employee, Employee Payroll Information, and Recurring Payroll Components. A recurring payroll component is a component that is going to appear on the employee's profile each and every single month. These include components such as medical aid, pension or provident fund, retirement annuity, as well as a loan. For this example, we are going to add medical aid to our employee. We have got to add both the deduction and the company contribution for medical aid, so let's get started with the deduction. To add a new recurring deduction, I would click on Add New next to the deduction heading. I can select medical aid from my drop-down list. I'm now going to be asked to put in all the information related to this employee's medical aid. Let's select Coastal Saver. I'm going to override the table lookup and put in the amount. If you leave the table lookup as available, what will happen is the system will automatically pull his Discovery medical aid from Discovery system. His total contribution is 2,500 Rand and the employee contributes 1,000 Rand. I don't have an additional employee amount. My reference number will be according to the Discovery billing that we receive, so let's put in a fictional reference number. I can see here under the number of medical aid dependents I have 1. If this needs to be edited, you can click on Edit here, or alternatively you can go to the dependent section by clicking on Employee, Basic Employee Information, and then Dependents. I can also put in for an employer maximum contribution. In this case I don't need to, so once I'm done I can click on Save. And now I can see that under my deduction section I have got a medical aid employee deduction. If I want to show how much the recurring screen is going to calculate, I can click on Show Figure and it should show the 1,000 Rand that I asked the system to deduct for medical aid. Now I need to add the company contribution, and I can select medical aid from my drop down list, and I can see it automatically fills in the details that I put in from the deduction. I need to make sure that my employer amount is correct, which it is, and once I've done that I can click on Save. In order to make sure that this recurring component is going to calculate correctly on the payslip, I can then click on View or Edit Payslip and edit the current payslip to make sure that the medical aid is now showing on the payslip. I can see the medical aid deduction of 1,000 Rand and the medical aid contribution of 1,500 Rand showing on the payslip, so this is calculated correctly. Let's add a provident fund calculation for one of our other employees. We click on Change Employee and you can select an alternative employee from your list of employees available. We would then need to go back to the recurring components selection as we are currently on her payslip. Let's go to Employee Payroll Information and Recurring Payroll Components. I'm going to add the Provident Fund for this employee, so I click on Add New next to Deduction. Click on Provident Employee Deduction and I can select my options from the drop down list. For this employee we're going to make her Provident Fund 5% and it is effective from the 1st of November. Once I've selected all my options, click on Save. As there is a company contribution that also needs to be calculated for this employee, we need to add the company contribution as well. Select it from the drop down list. Select my options and click on Save. I can click on the Show Figures option to make sure that the figures are calculating correctly. In order to make sure it views on the payslip, click on View or Edit Payslip and edit next to the current open run. I can now see that the Provident Fund deduction and company contribution are showing on the payslip and are calculating correctly.